Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and our home team. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in needing to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And if you're leading this organization, one of the things you're making sure everyone understands, this isn't about playing for draft picks. This is about playing for victories.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out, the second-year man from UCLA, drafted number 10 overall. It's Josh Rosen.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. Yeah. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 17 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown. Here's Anderson.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
On second down, Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. On third down, Rosen. Airing it out for Olsen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The former Michigan State Spartan, the rookie Justin Lane, there to bat it away.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So here are the Chargers under third-year coach Anthony Lynn. They'll be led out by the former Texas Tech Red Raider. At quarterback, it's Nick Shimonek.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right target.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. L.J. Collier able to record his 5th sack of the season. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's going to have the hook up to Izzo. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
And now out comes Minnesota. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And now it's Rosen looking. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So on the heels of the sack, they knock him backwards in the running game.
So now it's up to the offense coordinator talking directly into the helmet of his quarterback to instill a little bit of confidence here. Call the play with authority, call with confidence, and let him know this one is the winner.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Rosen. Open man is Cantrell. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Big hit.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
He was brought down by Devon Kennard. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Shimanek. The catch is made by Dylan Mitchell. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. L.J. Collier in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Rosen hands off to Johnson. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
It's a gain of 14 and brings up 2nd down.
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Minnesota.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Rosen. And he fires one incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. Now a look at the Chargers starting 11 on defense. And they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We call that sack block.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
As the offense comes back out there, now we're going to take a closer look at Nick Shimoda. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to it.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll run here with Pumphrey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. look now at our starting defense. And they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
That second down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and...
Now Shimon. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You can't block me. Switch.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man here is Scott, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run with Pumphrey. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Face mask. Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Shimon. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Ryan Izzo, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to it, and things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
It's a gain of a yard.
On play action, Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
You ready? Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Tackle. Ready?
Here's Shimonik to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
A gain of 2. Brings up second down.
On second down, here's Penny. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Shimonik. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Anthony Lynn says, let's go for 3. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Demaryius Thomas gets set to go again on offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. From midfield now, here's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeremiah Tauchu.
Good job.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Screenplay, Anderson. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down in the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. 2nd quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there was going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Here's Johnson. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. The Vikings on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Rosen will throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drip back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, watch the slant.
They run. Anderson. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
At the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 1. It's 3rd down.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, you know, that extra emphasis on it, got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
He was brought down by Taylor.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll throw it with Rosen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Draw play, Rosen to Johnson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
A A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Yeah, that was the safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Get it!
They're throwing here. Shimonek. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ochena Nwosu in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Here's Rosen to throw. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rosen. This is brought in by Gibson. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 26. Now Rosen on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Rosen to throw again. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Now it's Rosen, and he's got his man, Marquise Brown. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Rosen. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Thomas has got it, complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
A 28-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the second. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. We turn our focus to Nick Shimonek and company. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game. But just let them know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
Let's go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Shimonek is going to have the hook up to Scott. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. So we've reached halftime here in what we saw to be a very competitive first half. 8-7, just a 1-point game at intermission. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been the UCLA man, Josh Rosen, with the strong first half. His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the third quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ready.
Running from the gun with Howard. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
10-2 stop.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2.
To throw is Shimonek. He may try and run for this. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Go, set, 8, read. Step.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
I'm going back to you.
They're going to look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Armani Watts. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
that.
Super tough.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some
rush coming, and he's taken down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 11-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. We turn our focus to Nick Shimonek and company. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup and 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The tackle by Nick Vigil. A 2-yard pickup.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Come on now, let's go.
A gain of 4 yards.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They run the draw here with Pumphrey. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete.
The pass on 3rd down. Incomplete. Intended for Chad Williams.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now it's Rosen looking. And he slings one that's incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. And it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Rosen, and that is incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. Screen play, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Rosen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Anderson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Again, Anderson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Rosen. Underneath for Johnson. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
At the 23-yard.
They'll run again with Pumphrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
Ready? Rudy Bates.
Pick it up. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Shimonek. He's going to have the hook up to Izzo.
The 1st down pass.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's going to wind up and air it out, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Let's go!
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. They'll run it with Johnson. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Check, 59.
Brings up 2nd and 15 at the 15-yard line.
Mike's 59.
Rosen just getting the snap off and 1. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. On 3rd down, Rosen. Open man is Cantrell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
The busy night continues for Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Anderson. He's got it on the draw. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. That one caught by Gibson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the 1st down, so you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. Here's Shimonik to throw it. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They're throwing here. Shimonik. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Shimonik. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he's got a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. On first down, it's Johnson. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 14.
They go to Johnson again. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Here's Rosen to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw again on 2nd down. Shimanek. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point 4th-quarter lead. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This time it's 3rd and 3. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From just shy of midfield, Rosen. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane, the rookie from Michigan State. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover forced, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick 6, 4th quarter, that is a game-changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cassius Marsh in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Rosen will throw. And he's got it complete to Anderson. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. From the gun, it's Rosen. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game, the Charger drive about to get going. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards to pick up there. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on first and 10. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, second and 11. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So first and second down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
He's back to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Back to throw. Obviously a big first down right there. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 51 yards.
In a 2-minute drill, we often talk about taking care of the football, but sometimes it's just a matter of who wants it more. How about him going up top on a 50-50 ball and taking it away for a big play?
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's fourth down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
We turn our focus to Nick Shimonek and company. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Ball carrier.
Yeah, baby.
Boom. On the tackle. That's a gain of 5. Brings up third.
To throw is Shimonek. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Pass on third down.
I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it, and they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
He's out of bounds beyond the line of scrimmage.
Rosen off the play action. This will be caught by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
First down, Vikings.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
The line of scrimmage.
58, right over there. Yeah, Mike, 58, right there.
Throwing on second down. Rosen underneath for Johnson.
Rosen's pass. Complete to carry on Johnson. It's a gain of
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Check.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. A gain of 3, second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Rosen hands off to Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
For the field goal, a 55-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about. A long field goal to win it, so definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Minnesota, it's a 4th win of the campaign as they get to 4-10 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the rough season continues as they've plunged to 1-13. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.